Imagine standing in a crowded room where no one truly sees you, not because you're hidden, but because the world has decided your presence doesn't matter. Now picture the one person who feels you there, every breath, every step, even when her eyes have never worked the way ours do. That quiet ache of being invisible, the gentle miracle of finally being known. Episode 2 of The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife aired January 15, 2026, on Crunchyroll. Dives straight into this heartbeat. Like the first hesitant touch between Romeo and Juliet across a forbidden divide, or the blind poet who painted worlds with words no sighted eye could match. This episode wraps you in steam from fragrant tea, the velvet hush of total darkness, and the electric spark of two lonely souls brushing against each other for the first time. From the warm afterglow of episode 1's shy first date, we step deeper into their fragile world, and suddenly you're not just watching. You're there, heart-pounding, wondering, will fear win, or will they finally claim each other? Streaming exclusively on Crunchyroll, with Ani Plus Asia in select regions, Episode 2, The Great Date Plan, picks up right after the couple's first awkward outing. Akira Tsunome, the refined invisible gentleman who runs a small detective agency, and Shizuka Yaku, his gentle blind assistant who somehow always senses exactly where he is, decide to keep seeing each other. They visit a cozy tea shop run by a cheerful elf wife and her devoted dark elf husband. Back at the agency, the same elf couple arrives as clients, terrified by shadowy figures stalking their business. The team springs into action. Yaku holds down the fort while Tsunome and their beast woman co-worker Luna Jirashi investigate. Tension spikes when one stalker slips inside with Yaku alone. But nothing is quite what it seems. Through shopping trips, a daring dinner in total darkness, and quiet confessions, their bond tightens like a silk thread pulled taut. By the end, the question that has hovered since episode 1 is answered in the sweetest, most heart-fluttering way, and you're left aching to know what happens next in this gentle magical dance toward soon-to-be wife. You feel the steam on your face in that tea shop. You hear the soft clink of cups and the nervous laughter that sounds exactly like your own first date. The case feels real, the danger small but personal, like family worries that once kept you up at night. And when the darkness swallows the screen, you hold your breath with them. The episode moves like a perfectly brewed cup of tea, warm, steady, with just enough surprise to keep you leaning forward. It advances the core romance without rushing, while weaving in the agency's everyday work. The stalking case starts serious but resolves into a touching family misunderstanding rooted in old racial prejudice between elves and dark elves, a detail straight from the manga that adds quiet depth to this fantasy world. No huge twists, but the pacing feels intimate, like flipping through someone's private diary. The big revelation? Tsunome's childhood rite of courage left him with a deep fear of total darkness, mirroring how his invisibility has always made him feel erased. Manga readers know this trauma ties directly to why he values Yaku so fiercely. She is the first light that never flickers out. The episode ends on a soft cliffhanger of new beginnings, leaving fans on Reddit and Twitter buzzing, "They're official after 2 episodes?" It's bold, confident storytelling that trusts the audience to fall in love at the same gentle speed the characters do. Tsunome, voiced by Yohei Azakami, sheds his polished gentleman mask. His trembling voice in the dark restaurant reveals a man who has spent his life unseen, even by himself. His choice to face his fear for Yaku is pure, transformative courage, like a soldier stepping onto no man's land not for glory, but for love. Yaku, Yuka Nuki, grows too. Her quiet strength shines when she reassures him, her blushes and excited stammers showing a woman finally allowed to want something for herself. The supporting cast, Luna Jirashi's protective energy, Daichi Kikira's reluctant helpfulness, and the elf couple's open affection, feels like real co-workers who genuinely root for each other. Every choice rings true. No one acts out of character. They simply become more themselves in each other's light. At its core, this episode asks, what does it mean to be truly seen? Tsunome's invisibility echoes every person who has ever felt invisible in a crowd, at school, at work, in their own family. Because blindness mirrors those who navigate a world not built for them, yet find beauty anyway. Their love becomes a quiet rebellion against isolation, much like historical couples who crossed lines of race, class, or ability and proved connection needs no eyes or visibility. Prejudice against dark elves adds a layer of real-world resonance, old hatreds that still linger like shadows in bright rooms. Hope wins, softly, proving that sacrifice isn't grand gestures but choosing to sit in someone's darkness until they feel safe. We glimpse a vibrant city where humans, elves, dark elves, and beast folk share streets, shops, and hearts, yet old wounds remain. The manga adds that Tsunome's invisibility affects anything he wears or holds, but not his blood, a fun detail that fans love debating. Here, the rules feel lived in and natural, never confusing. The dark restaurant, with blind waiters guiding guests, is brilliant world building that lets Yaku shine while forcing Tunom to confront his limits. The script sparkles with tenderness. Lines like Yaku's soft, "I'll always notice when you're not around" land like a warm hand on your chest. No cliches, just honest, slightly awkward talk that feels like real people falling in love. Every word carries weight, foreshadowing deeper trust and hinting at future trials. You replay them in your head long after the credits. Studio project number 9 delivers fluid, expressive work under art director Chika Murayama. Colors are soft pastels and warm golds in daylight scenes, shifting to deep blues and gentle highlights in darkness, symbolizing hope piercing fear. Character designs by Kairi Onabera make Yaku's subtle smiles and Tunom's floating clothes feel alive and endearing. Stillness during emotional beats speaks louder than movement. A single tear glistening in low light hits like a thunderclap. Director Mitsuho Sita uses tight close-ups on faces and hands to mirror the theme of closeness despite barriers. The dark restaurant sequence is masterful. Camera work traps you in the blackness with Tunom, heart racing, until Yaku's voice becomes the only light. Ruka Kawada's score is a character of its own. Gentle piano and accordion motifs that feel like a cozy cafe on a rainy day. The crescendo when Tunom reaches for Yaku's hand in the dark will stay with you. Silence in the restaurant scene, louder than any explosion. Yohei Azakami's Tunom is perfection. His usual smooth baritone cracks with raw vulnerability, making every stutter feel like your own nerves on a first date. Yuka Nuki brings Yaku to life with warmth and shy delight. Her excited squeak after the confession is pure joy. The supporting voices, especially the elf couple's playful banter, make the world feel full and lived in. I felt my chest tighten with recognition. The dark restaurant scene left a scar, beautiful, healing. Watching Tunom, unseen his whole life, finally let someone hold his fear. It was like watching two broken pieces click together after centuries apart. The confession hit like summer rain after drought, sudden, cleansing, inevitable. You laugh, you tear up, you remember every time you wish someone would just know you were there. This episode doesn't just entertain, it whispers, you deserve to be seen too. The pivotal moment when their hands find each other in pitch black feels like destiny colliding, shifting the entire story from maybe to yes, forever. Some might call the pacing slow or the danger too light. Fair. Yet those choices feel deliberate, like a warm blanket on a cold night. The world building stays cozy rather than epic, but that's the charm. It lets the romance breathe. Minor opacity around exactly how Yaku senses Tunom is cleared by manga context, her heightened non-visual perception plus their special connection, making the anime feel even richer on rewatch. Episode 2 succeeds brilliantly. It deepens characters, enriches its gentle world, and turns a simple date into something profound. Its greatest strength is heart. Its only weakness is that it ends too soon. This is not just another cute anime. It's a love letter to anyone who has ever felt unseen. So tell me, are you ready to step into the dark with them? Because once you do, you won't want to leave. The next episode is calling, and so is your own quiet hope that someone, somewhere, will always know exactly where you are. Watch it, feel it, let it see you.